Oh, okay. Needs to be up a little higher. Let's see. I have an idea. Give me just a second there, buddy. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to go over here and open up that out of the way. Well, at least I can still live stream using my phone and using the computer to watch my channel and monitor it. Ganja Gamer, what is up, brother? How is your day? Me and Nini had an early day today. Nini kicked butt. Nini back there. Say hi, Nini.
I got a knife in my hand.
Oh, well, she's cutting something up apparently.
Hello.
Hmm.
I waved.
Oh. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, so let's Are you?
Right.
Yeah. Definitely. Now I can start letting people know to stop on in. Welcome everybody that's in here hanging out with us right now. I'm getting ready to do a dab. My name is GaryDankDaze. I do different product reviews. Today we are dabbing on this wonderful butter here. It is strain's called Jungle Cake, and it is 86.88% THC. So, good stuff. If you guys have any questions or anything like that about cannabis, feel free to ask away in the chat. If you want to follow or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It all goes towards making this channel better. The camera on my laptop just went out, so I'm going to have to be getting a new camera soon. I am actually right now streaming from my phone, but then using my laptop to read the comments and whatnot. So yeah, it does a lot, because the camera on my laptop is it's just not working. And I mean, I'm looking at the quality over here on the computer when I'm like, because it's the front camera on an iPhone 6 Plus or 6S Plus or whatever, Um, yeah. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a dab, like I promised, for all you lovely people hanging out with us. Cheers, my friend. Cheers to everybody else out there. If you're smoking, smoke it if you got them, my friends. Here we go. The funny thing is, I blew the smoke towards the laptop. Because that's what I'm used to doing when I'm live streaming with you guys. Yeah. It's a little humid today. Oh. Throw this on because I have this connected to the laptop. The audio you're picking up is directly from the phone. But I do have the phone plugged into the laptop to keep it charged. So it's just a cluster. But doing what we can to make this work. It's kind of awesome in a way. Hey, let me run a quick 60-second ad break for everybody. It goes towards helping the channel. So if you have an ad blocker right now, if you can turn that off, because it will really help the channel. I really appreciate it. If you have your ad blocker on, you want to keep that on. If you want to help the channel another way, you could either subscribe or donate bits, or you can hit the donate button in the about, or you can buy a t-shirt or a face mask. So appreciate you guys, and I'm going to run this ad real quick. Be right back in 60 seconds. That was a mouthful. Here we go. Whew. Cheers. A little sweet tea with some vodka. Letting some more people know that I'm live right now. Have a coffee earlier, then an apple juice. Oh yeah, very nice. Right. We were done today around 1 or 2, because I mean, man, it was it was nice and comfortable this morning, and it was like really comfortable and cool. It was great. And then because our blower motor in the car went out, so we had to get that fixed. So there's no AC right now. And so around 1:30, the sun came out, and because it was raining last night and stuff, oh man, it just got so humid. So luckily we had a good day, and we were done early. Nice. See, that's just another reason why Canada is freaking awesome. Nice. Well, yeah, I mean it's September now. It's gonna start cooling down. Right. Just in case. Let's see. Let's do it. Yeah. See, that'd be nice. I like that. Right. that's in the upper 80s. Yeah. If I'm correct, the like 30C is like 80, 85 or 86 Fahrenheit. Yeah, you guys start melting up there at that temperature, right? Yeah. Yeah, Arrow would love that. That's chilly. Right. You're fucking frostbite real quick. Right. Uh, that's a good one. Oh, we had somebody else join us. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. If you would like, go ahead and give me a follow, or if you would like to subscribe, feel free to do that. It's always appreciated. Just myself and Ganja Gamer. Here's one of the moderators on this channel. He's in here pretty much whenever I stream. He's an awesome dude. If you have any questions, you can ask me or him, and we'll gladly help you out. If you have any cannabis-related questions, I also do product reviews. The particular type of dabs that I'm smoking on right now is called Jungle Cake, and it is 86.88% THC. It's really tasty. There's not too many too much like terpene flavors to it. There's a little bit of like a, let me have a refreshed memory of it. So I'm gonna take a hit real quick. Here we go. Let's do that. Cheers to you, Ganja Gamer. Cheers to you. Here we go. There is some of that piney taste. It's really good. Kind of hits more in the back. But otherwise, it's a really clean hit. Very smooth. Faux show. So, how are your plants coming along? Your watering and whatnot. Yeah, Pinkman's goo. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I'm glad to hear that. That's funny. Yeah, that sucks. And you're hoping for that, yeah. And it ended up being a male. Well, maybe it was a hermaphrodite. Because that can throw some inexperienced people off. Because like when a hermaphrodite gets around a whole bunch of females, it then will become male. And if it was around males, it would have become female. Oh wow. Hmm. Yeah, it might have just been a male plant to begin with then. Oh yeah. Mm. Yeah. That that happens sometimes, but yeah, it still sucks. How many total do you have now? If you want to disclose that, I'm just curious, of course. And if you don't want to, I understand as well. I'm getting lifted with this. Nice. Woo. That's awesome. Well, I'm rooting for you that nothing else happens to any of them. And, 'cause I definitely want to know. Right. But I definitely want to know, how it turns out. Shit, I need. Oh, Canada. How can I become a Canadian citizen yesterday? I will help. I just want to live amongst them, talk to them, live stream with them, sleep next to them, smoke a blunt, smoke their cousin while I'm talking to them. You know. I actually used to work in a grow facility in southern Colorado, and I was in charge of. Well, there's me, and then I had a staff under me of 5 people. But we were in charge of 10,000 plants, and that was amazing. I was the night person, so I was the head night person too. So after we went around, so we went through everything, did our various checks, we were done. So everybody else is like chilling in the break room, whatever. I took a pillow and a fucking sleeping bag out there, and I unrolled it right between some plants, and I put my pillow on a sleeping bag. I had a couple blunts, and I just talked to them. I said, "You ladies are going to grow so big and be so tasty," and they were, all of them. They were, I mean, I think. I mean, you just gotta talk nice to the plants. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's proven that if you talk to your plants, they're gonna grow really well. There's something about it. Right. Yeah. Well, the nice thing is where I worked at, like, especially with my job in particular, we took several trimming samples throughout the process, and then we dried them throughout to check the trichome growth in the various stages. We tracked the nutrients that we were using, how much the pH balance, all of that. And so quite frequently I was smoking to kind of quality control with it, and it was me and a couple others. So what we were looking for, and at the end of the harvest, the owner, not only do they pay us in cash bonus, because they make so much fucking cash off this, they don't know what to fucking do with it all, because here in the U.S., the banks won't accept it if it has anything to do with the cannabis industry. They won't accept it. So, they give their employees, a lot of places give their employees huge bonuses. He was one of those guys. And he gave us product, too. Out of that grow, I got a pound and a half. And it was like a pound of flour, and then like a half a pound of like concentrates and tinctures. So I mean that's a nice. I still got to smoke what I grew. Just because to product test throughout, and then it's just, don't get me wrong, I'm not like smoking like blunt after blunt after blunt of the stuff as it's growing. God, no. But like once it starts to bud, like, I would say end of second week, I take my first clippings to, like I said, I take some of that and I put that under a microscope. We used to put it in a centrifuge to separate, and then there is the computer that would run and let us know what percentage of each thing. Noise. Yeah. And trimming is fun too. Like, and harvest time, at the end of it, like, the owner would always ask us, "Hey, if you guys want to trim, I'll pay you like per every pound that you trim, you get $100." Okay. At my pile, the other employees that worked under me had their pile, you know. We just had some music on, and we did everything we had to regularly for the plants that were still out there growing. And then, and then at the end of that, we'd come in and we'd start trimming it up, and everybody would have their own pile. At the end of the shift, I tallied up everybody's pile. I signed off on it, on the guy underneath me, he signed off on it, and that he also signed off on mine, and I signed off it as like the witness to mine. It was weird, but it works, It's like checks and balances type deal. So, but yeah, like in an 8-hour session, I could easily, if I'm like focusing on it, 7 pounds. If I'm just like blah 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 blah, that's 5 pounds. So it's like, yeah, you do. You got to make sure. I mean, otherwise people will just be like, "Oh, this is mine." Yeah. No, I only trimmed 7. I'm not putting anything into my book bag. I worked though for a place, and this is in California, where as you were trimming, if you wanted to just go ahead and cut that up the rest of the way and roll it up, you could, and then just light it up and then get back to trimming. And they didn't care if you wanted to trim, because there was just literally so much pot. Like, but this was back in like 2002, 2001, no, 2002. Yeah, 2002. And like, it was an outdoor grow, and there was so much pot to trim. There was like hundreds of thousands of pounds. So, I mean, it was just so much. And the dude was like, "Listen, I don't give a fuck if you put 2 of the turkey bags, like the big clear plastic bags, that hold a pound, and you put, they have scales, and you just put that on a scale, and as you trim, you're throwing what you trim into that the plastic bag, to fit in, like the scales will let you know when to, okay, if it's a pound, you're done." So he's like, "I don't care if you put 2 bags right there and you go trim, 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 trim. This is for them. Trim, 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 trim. This is for me. Trim, 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 trim. This is, as long as I'm getting production out of you. As long as you're putting more pounds my way than you're taking home, I don't care." And I was like, "What?" Yeah. Yeah, but that was a little sketchy too, because then like, it was just sketchy. There were people that were like, I don't think it was all legal. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna name names. Nobody. But yeah. But I trimmed and got paid for. Oh, I got paid pretty much. I got paid $100 for every pound that I trimmed that went towards them, and I literally could take a pound today if I wanted to. I didn't. I could have. I just didn't have a place to put all that every fucking day. There were days when I would take a pound, but like where I was staying, I just couldn't keep storing more and more pounds. So I ain't saying that I did that. Oh. Oh. Yeah, so I'm gonna do another dab because I am getting roasted toasted. No, I know, bro. It was all good. I thought it was funny. Alright, here we go. Cheers. Right. I will say that I've known a couple trimmers that it wasn't like that season or with those people at all, but a couple other trimmers that I met while I was there, they went and they worked for different people some other years, and one of the guys, he's kind of like a know-it-all, and he disappeared. Like, nobody's ever seen him again, heard from him again. Yeah, and I guess people were like looking for him, like, because he was like missing. Yeah. But he also said he wasn't really close to his family. So what I like to think happened is he made a whole bunch of money and he flew to some island in the South Pacific and is living the rest of his days out there. That's what I like to think happened. I have a friend of mine who, man, I'm really impressed with him. He got to the point where he was able to start saving like 65% of his paychecks or something like that. And he is now to the point where he can pretty much, he has enough to cover his expenses for 2 years. Living how he would normally live off of the income that he makes now for 2 years if something was to happen to his job. Yeah. Well, what he did is he first he saved up and he got a multi-unit. So but it was like a quadplex, so it's 4 units, and there's 2 downstairs and 2 upstairs, and the 2 upstairs were 1 bedrooms, the 2 downstairs were 2 bedrooms, and he took one of the 1 bedrooms, and then rented out the other 3 units, and he was making more than the mortgage was. Yeah. So, yeah. So he was paying the mortgage off of what they were paying him in rent, plus having extra money, plus working. So yeah, he was able to just invest, and but he found like an insanely good deal on that property. And then I had another friend, he's a little older, but he bought a whole bunch of the warehouses that are in downtown Toledo. He bought like 4 different old like brick buildings, and he completely, except for like the brick on the outside, the walls, he completely gutted them, like all the floors, everything, and rebuilt, and then brought in an architect, told him kind of a concept, an idea of like how many units he wanted, and then had the architect design that out. And then he's a carpenter and a drywaller, and so he did most of the work himself, along with hiring out some other people, like, of course, electricians, plumbers, another friend of ours who's a carpenter and drywaller, but like each of the 2-bedroom apartments that he rents out rent for $1,200 a piece, and he has, I think, 13 of those. And then the 1 bedrooms rent for $900 a month, and he has like 8 or 9 of those. Yeah. And like he bought these buildings, and they were like pennies on the dollar for like the square footage, but I mean, it took him, I think last year he finished the last building, but it took him at least, I want to say, 8 years to do all of them from start to finish. But I mean, once he also had that one done, that was the rental income starting to come in from that one, and from that he used that money to kind of finance the other one, and then from there the other one. Yeah. But his family also owns like a candle company too, so. But he did it all with his own money. Yeah. Yeah. And he did too. The first one, I mean, I think he took a break after he had like the second building done, because the second building with the first building, I think he had like maybe 6 of the $1,200 ones a month, and like 4 or 5 of the 900 ones, so. Excuse me. Yeah. But he told me that the first, second, and third buildings have already paid themselves off. In, like, the first building paid itself off within the first year. That's what he told me. I was like, okay. He's like a little under a year. It's like 10 months. And then the second building, the second building paid itself off a little less because it was a little smaller. Took a little longer because it was a little smaller. But yeah, he said that one paid itself off in like 12 months, and they also took about so I was like, well, once they're completely finished, that's how long it took. So yeah, I was like, that's not bad for ROI, for return on investment. Like, okay. Right. But hey, I am going to go ahead and hop off of here for now. So I hope I'm gonna try to figure out what to do for dinner. See what Nene wants to do. So thank you so much for hopping on, Ganj Gamer. I appreciate you, good sir. Yeah, man. I'll probably be back on later too. So you never know. You have a great night too, bro.